The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a.
Good evening, everybody. E-Buck in the building, your co-host, or I guess kind of this week, your host for Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent. As you see, I'm here. Coach Vincent is not. He's on a very important assignment. I'm sure he'll tell you about it next week when he's back on live and direct. But fear not, we do have for you this evening a gambit of some of the interviews that Coach Vincent has done over the past few months with some of our favorite people to interview. So we are going to play some of those today. Sorry we can't get to everybody, but we're gonna be here all night. We've done almost 4 months worth of shows now, so it's a lot of interviews. You're hard to do them all in one. So we just picked out a few, and hopefully you'll like the ones that we picked out for you. We're gonna start it off right here with an interview he did with Coach Jefferson. This is Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent, best of edition. Here is Coach talking to Coach Jefferson.
Straight Sports Talk, hosted by your boy Coach V. Man, we got some special guests coming on today, but our first guest, let's get right to it. Our first guest is the head coach of Pontiac High School. I had the opportunity to work with him and coach with him with the Michigan Bills, and he's an outstanding coach, teacher, and mentor. So welcome to the studio, to the stage, my man, Coach Wendell Jefferson.
Yes,
How you
sir. Thank you.
doing,
Thank you.
sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
That's
How about
good.
you?
That's good, man. So tell
Mhm.
everybody about yourself, man, and where you coaching at.
Well, from the city of Pontiac. I'm coaching at Pontiac High School.
Okay.
Mhm.
So how has it been, you coaching high school football, because you was coaching minor league professional football. So how
Yeah.
was that transitioning from the minor league to the high
Mhm.
school level?
Actually, it was a bit of an adjustment, and I'm still learning as I go along. First, this is my third year, and one of the biggest adjustments is just you're dealing with younger men as opposed to the adults that I was dealing with, and so just learning everything that comes with that and the different challenges that I have because of that.
Okay, and now by with in the minor league, you was the offensive coordinator, and now you
Mhm.
done took on a role as a head coach now.
Yeah.
So how is that transitioning has affect you to teach these young men how to play the game?
Right.
How that working out.
Well, I mean, it's working out good. I had actually last year um, was the first time I hadn't been a head coach for probably 15, 20 years, something like that. So I had some experience with. I made my mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, and I've learned from those. And so that's helped me guide these kids through the mistakes that they make and how to deal with that. So um, it's been a blessing, to make a difference in those young men's lives.
Yeah.
And I just I look forward to going to work every day. I'll put it like that.
I know you do, man. I know because
Mhm.
I worked with you before, and I know your passion for this game. Now,
Mhm.
with the high school, man, what by you? I know you a coach, you a father figure, and you a mentor. Now, as a head coach and a mentor, with these high school young men, they face a lot of adversity,
Yeah,
peer
absolutely.
pressure. How do you
Mhm.
keep them on a level to where is that they don't stray off, in the foolishness?
Well, I mean, it starts with having a staff where we're all on the same page and just being consistent with our message. And so we want to put some consistency in their lives. That makes a big difference, and just showing up for them every
Yeah,
day, because unfortunately, some of them don't have that, and they're not used to it, and that's all they wanted, man. They want some structure,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and uh, and they're starting to tell you in the way they behave and how they act, that structure was they needed it. They needed
yeah.
it, and we're starting to see the fruits of being consistent with it.
So how's practices been? You know, since
Mhm.
school been out, y'all doing 2 a days now yet,
Mhm.
or how practicing and how they been adjusting to your style of coaching?
Well, I mean, we have the same group of guys that have been getting after it since the season ended, and they've been consistently coming to the gym, getting their weight training in. So what we do and what we've been doing is from 2:30 to 3:30 we lift, and then from 3:45 we go in the field and do some conditioning work. And they've been there. The same group has been there throughout the summer. Now on the 11th it'll be the official start of practice,
Hmm.
and then I can make it mandatory. And so I'm looking forward to that, because we'll get some more kids coming in by then. So
Okay.
that's our challenge. Our challenge is the amount or the depth that we have on our team. We have some great players. We just need more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I know that's gonna come, man, because you
Yeah.
you you know how to coach and develop players.
Hmm.
That I
Yeah.
know for a
Thank you.
fact. So doing what is the mindset of the players right now,
Hmm.
knowing that the season is just around the corner?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is the mindset of these young men right now?
They're ready to go. They're ready to go. And it's a little bit funny, because they are starting to really understand what it takes to win. And so they've been holding each other more accountable as we get closer and closer to the official start of the season. And as a coach, you love that.
Oh yeah. Oh
As a
yeah.
coach, you love that.
So with the coaching staff,
Yeah.
I know you have Coach Rule,
Hmm.
and I think that's a great addition to your coaching
Hmm.
staff. How's the coaching staff been balancing things out with the players,
Hmm.
home life, and football?
Well, we are doing now. We have middle school, our middle school, our JV, our varsity. We all work together, and the coaching staffs from all three. We all work together because we're building a program. And what that allows us to do as well is we have different personalities on our coaching staff.
Hmm.
And I do that on purpose, because I may not be able to reach that kid, because our personality. If I have someone on the staff, that kid's going to someone, and they'll be able to help them with the things that that's beyond the football
Right,
field part. So,
right.
and we all, when I hire my staff, yeah, when I hire my staff, I made sure that I hired people who had a love for the kids first.
Bam. Right there. Yeah. That
So,
and that's mandatory,
mhm,
mandatory to have, because when the kids see that, when the players see that, they they getting a response from that
yeah,
coach that's gonna help mold them right, man, that's gonna go a
yeah,
long way. So
yeah.
what is the biggest test y'all been having so far with conditioning, with
Hmm.
practice? What is the
Hmm.
biggest problem y'all done had that y'all had to overcome it and work through it and overcome it?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing for us is just the numbers, having the numbers. But from those that are there and have showed up, it's just getting them to understand what it takes to be winners. And they want to give all the effort and everything, they do that, but they just didn't know. So it's educating them on how hard you have to work, what you have to push through, what you don't let get in the way of you getting your work in,
Right.
and also letting them, tying that all into the academic portion of it too. You take that same work ethic and you apply it to them, to the classroom, and now you'll be able to go somewhere. We want you to have the opportunity to go to college. So we can't guarantee that you're going to go, but at least if the opportunity is presented to you, you'll be eligible to go.
Right. So with them players that you know that be
Mhm.
stragglers, I cannot use the word stragglers. What
Yeah,
what do you do to really get them involved? Because you say you need the numbers.
yeah,
Um, just like in the minor league, you may have 10 people at practice. Not to say that's how y'all be, but you may
right,
have
right.
10 people at practice at the minor league
Mhm.
level, you know, and you just want to get these guys in so they can not only prepare conditionally and mentally, but prepare for the season. So, what
Yeah,
steps do you get with these players to let them know, look, man, we
mhm.
need you here so you can have contribute to this?
Yeah, yeah, and we just communicate as much as we can with them. For the most part, the players that were on the team this last season, the majority of them have been there. You maybe, like you said, you have a couple that may come in and out, and it's kind of a dilemma because they have to work. They're working, so and you have to understand that too. Family dynamics, they may need them to work as well.
Right,
So
right.
it's just a matter of knowing the kid too. So you know the kid that's a slacker and slacks off, and you know the ones who are serious about it. But it's just the circumstances.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
we let them know that hey, we understand. However, you got to be in your playbook because if you don't know what to do, I can't put you out there.
Exactly. So in the classroom, and I know you big on education. By
Mhm.
you being the head coach, I know you big on it.
Okay.
What do you stress, to your players? If you're not doing this, you're not playing this.
Yeah.
What? How do you get them to get all the way settled in the books?
Mhm. Well, I mean, it's just everything falls back on the consistency of it. So, because if I say something and then I don't follow through on it, then they're going to they're going to keep trying it. So, we've established that if you are acting up in the classroom or whatever, the teachers are going to call us, right? They're going to call one of the coaches because there are several coaches that work in the school, and we're going to get on it right away.
Right.
And there's going to be some discipline applied by us and they know that. So they've been, it's been a turnaround. The GPA, I can't recall the exact numbers, but it has went up, it has risen,
That's
and and that's what we want to happen and continue to
yes,
have. So
yes. So y'all first game is
mhm.
what, September 8th, something like that, somewhere around in there.
No, it's the 28th of August. I think
28th
it's
of
28th.
August,
Yeah, yeah,
and
I
y'all
believe it's
going
28th.
against my old school, ATAP,
Yes,
where I
sir.
used to coach at. So
Yes, sir.
how you getting these guys mindset for the season, getting them
Hmm.
prepared for the season? Because you're gonna have some tough games coming up. I don't know how ATAP is right now because that
Hmm.
whole coaching staff done changed. So
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
culture gonna change now.
Hmm.
So how's you getting them prepared for this season, this upcoming season?
Yeah. Well, for the first game, we really don't have to do much because it's a rivalry. It's Pontiac against Pontiac, um, and we equate it to the old Pontiac Central, Pontiac Northern. So uh, they all friends. They talk to each other, and the kids these days they talking to each other a
Yeah,
certain kind of way. So they're gonna be
right.
ready.
Social
Uh,
media, everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now ATAP has they have some talent. I love the receivers they have, and they have a quarterback. You can see that he reads the field and everything. So it's gonna be a challenge, and we just have to be prepared for it. We're working the kids hard, and we push them. We try to push them past the level that they've been used to going. They
okay.
you get them, you push them, they push themselves so far, and then they think they can't go any further. So we try to push them past that, and we've been successful so far. We've seen growth from quite a few kids and it's encouraging. And actually, we talk about it and we smile about that kid that's finally understood that he was
What's
actually
going
being
on?
lazy. Yeah, he's been lazy. He thought he was working, and then it finally clicked, and now he's a monster. So
Yeah,
that's what we can do. We just had to be consistent with it and require a lot from them.
right. That's what's up.
Hmm.
So, I
Hmm.
want to go a little bit more deeper, man, because
Yeah.
it's been a lot going on
Hmm.
with certain high school student athletes.
Yeah.
And I want to touch back on that again because wh- how, what is it that you do and your coaching staff in the school period, but mainly the coaching staff to
Hmm.
teach awareness to these young men because it's getting worse, and you see that for
Yeah.
yourself out here.
Yeah.
So, what
Hmm.
is it that you're doing to teach them about life and making the wrong choices, not
Yeah.
making the wrong choices?
Yeah. No, so what I'm big on and what I identify as a major problem is just being able to control your emotions.
Right.
Uh, a lot of things that go left is because you had an extreme emotion response to it, and you're not thinking correctly. So that's kind of why I push them, because I want them to get to that point and then teach them that this is where you have to make a different choice.
Yeah.
So we spend a lot of time just on that, the emotional intelligence, just being able to control your emotions
Emotions. Yeah.
is that's the biggest problem that I see. And so we talk about that a lot. We point it out, when it's starting to happen, and we, bring that kid in. So what it is, as a coach, you have to be locked in just as much as you expect these players to be locked in.
Right.
And
Exactly.
so, my staff, I tell them, look, I don't care if it's practice or whatever, we have to be locked in. We need to notice everything.
All right, Miss Roberts, can you hear us?
I can.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
perfect. There
there
we
you
go.
go. Hey y'all.
Okay, I sent Laura a message.
Okay, yeah, tell her we
Go
holler
ahead.
back out another time. Uh Without further ado, um, second time coming on here, Miss Valdavia, Alexander Roberts. Um, I want to get right off into the game, man. After that pick, that Big Easy, their interception, how we call it pick six, they call it pick nine.
Yeah.
And what happened after that?
Um, I can say the whole game, the offense, we kind of struggled the whole game. We
I
didn't
couldn't
score.
see that.
Yeah, you didn't see that.
Y'all was
We
moving the ball,
we were doing very well running the ball.
but yeah,
When it came to the passing game, we kind of fell short on that. Uh,
yeah.
we had a couple balls dropped in the end zone.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, we
yes,
had
yes,
two of them. We
yes.
supposed to been put that game away.
Yes, y'all. Yes, I agree. But the first two quarters, I mean, I watched the whole game,
Yeah.
and Miss Roberts, you are a dog.
Thank you.
You didn't allow no sacks. You you was on your blocking assignments. I've never listen. Men I've seen don't do what you was doing last Saturday. You
I
know what I'm
appreciate that,
saying?
Coach.
Listen, all I can say is wow, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of y'all team. Both teams,
Yeah.
um, y'all played on a very professional level. It was high level.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to know because I read it in a message that you put. But now I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Give us more insight on that game, man. Come on. I
Well,
mean,
well, we had some key people get hurt. I'm not the starting center. I'm the second string center. Our starting
she should be
center.
the first center to me. But go ahead.
I lost that spot 2 years ago. I haven't been the starting center in 2 years. So I've been playing tackle and tight end. So she got hurt, and so I had to step in for her. And we also had another key person, Deja Scott, number 4. She was running the ball in the first half.
Yeah,
She got
yeah,
hurt, her
yeah,
hamstring. So
yeah,
yeah, it's a tough loss. We've never lost to the Washington Prodigy. This was a different team. Uh, they I guess they wanted it more. So
yeah,
it sucks we
yeah,
won't be at the 9 Cup. I was really looking forward to it.
yeah. I was too. I was really rooting for the Lady Panthers, man.
Yeah,
I was rooting for both teams. Like I said in my live, but I was more so rooting for y'all,
yeah.
and I was letting everybody know how much a fan I am of you and of your game.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And I was telling people yesterday at practice that why is y'all not getting the recognition that y'all, and I keep bringing this up, why that y'all are not getting the recognition that y'all should be getting, and why it's not a big universe women's league.
I think once we become maybe like you there, you there, coach?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. The screen
I'm
was
here. I'm
going
here.
weird. I think that there's so many different leagues. We're not that big yet. I don't know why there's so many different leagues. And I think that if we come to one league and everybody put their resources together, I believe we can get there. But
Hmm.
it's too many, I guess, too many egos. Everybody want to be in charge of something, but I don't see any other league doing what the WNFC is doing. So
No,
I,
no. Uh-uh. Go ahead,
we have
finish.
a lot of people every year leaving those leagues to come to our league. I think we bring it all together.
Yeah, and I'm a witness to that because I saw the game. I watched the game. I studied y'all both teams
Yeah,
and the way that y'all came. Both teams came. They came to ball. They
yeah,
came to uh, show the world that y'all belong on this stage.
yeah.
That's if people saw what I saw. You know who was that?
I think that's that lady.
See,
Keep going. You good. Keep going.
I can't. Hey, she got to go, man.
Keep going. She popping in and out.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's
Um,
fine.
yeah, she was supposed to come on third. Like she just popped right in. But yeah, what can we do to advocate women's tackle football? Because you got leagues here. I think it's the WFL, the
The
Women's Football
WFA.
League, the Women's Football Alliance, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's up here where I'm at with the Detroit Prowl.
Or the
Miss
AWFL.
Yeah, that the AWFL, then you got the league that Miss Thelma Kennedy in with the Derby City Dynamites, and she has a good program as well. What
Hmm.
is it that we can do? Because I want to help myself to to make this happen. Because the talent is there. What can
Yeah,
we do to make this
I believe
happen?
you're on the right path. You're bringing us on your show. We're getting the recognition. I believe keep posting, keep tuning in, keep posting about it. You got a big platform. I believe people just use their platform. Will it keep getting out there? Keep getting
But
out
see,
there.
I have been reaching out. It's one lady. Her name is, they call her Chocolate or McShay or something like that. And she's in y'all league, but she refused to come on my show, saying, her her agent or whatever, but she never got
What
back
team
with
she
me.
play
And
for? Chocolate chip.
bam, yes, about 4'11" or
She
something like
played
about
for the
five.
Texas Elite Spartan. That's the team. That's
Yes,
yeah.
her.
That's the league is owned by their coach, their head coach. So and she's
Oh,
very strict. So
okay.
yeah. So that
But
yeah, and she just got signed. She Chocolate Chip just got signed to an agency. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So is that opportunities like that for y'all in the
Yes.
WNFC to
Yes,
get
it's
signed
a
with
lot of
agents?
players that they're getting that's got sponsorships. A lot of players are they got sponsorships. I think the WNFC, I mean the WFA, they have an NIL deal type of situation going on. I think it started last year.
What?
Yeah, well the year
Wow.
before last.
Wow.
You just got to
Wow.
get out
That's
there. I wish I was really outgoing and stuff. I put myself
we
out
getting a
there.
bunch of static. You getting a bunch of static.
Yeah, I hear it.
Mm. Oh man. I'm sorry.
No, it was good.
I'm sorry. Cause I like things to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I know we ain't in a perfect world, but Um, Miss Roberts, you just put in a in your message. It was yesterday or something like that about you don't know what your future may be with the Lady Panthers. Um, you said something about military.
Yeah.
Um, so what's the status with that? Cause I
So
want to see you play ball, man.
yeah, I feel like I got a couple more years in me.
I want to see you play ball.
So
I
as far my future with Mississippi, I'm always going to be a Panther. I don't see myself going to another team, but I
okay.
just don't know as far as the upcoming season if I'll be able to play. I am enlisting in the Army, so I don't know if I'll be back before the season starts.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but
Okay. Thank you
if I
for your
am, I will
service
play.
too. Okay. Thank you for your service as well
Thank
too.
you.
You know. Um, I'm like I say, I am a fan. I'm a fan of the Mississippi Lady Panthers, ladies football in general, man. I want to see this platform
Excel. Yeah.
get excel and just get out there and get paid on the level that y'all supposed to get paid on. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all compete just like the WNBA compete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And where you see that happening in the near future.
Well, so during our Nine Cup weekend, it's like it's a whole bunch of different activities that go on, and they have. Tip, I'm on the phone. Okay, and we have this championship breakfast where we have a lot of powerful women come and they speak, and OJ, the owner and also the head coach of the Texas Elite, she says she see us getting paid in the next 5 years. The way she moving, I believe her. The way every year the league, I'm just speaking on the WNFC, it has gotten better every year. Every year. I believe her. So hopefully it's while I'm still playing. I want to get paid.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it. I've been trying to find that game so I can post it so people can actually see it. Victory Plus took it off, so you can't go back in. And plus, I looked on
Oh,
YouTube. Yeah, I looked
it's
on. It's not on YouTube.
I
None
just watched it yesterday. The
on
game
what?
on Victory Plus.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I'm sure microphone ain't been on for a minute. My bad, y'all. That first interview was with Coach Jefferson, if I did not say it before. The second interview was Coach, well, not coach, but player Valdez Roberts, offensive defensive lineman for the Mississippi Lady Panthers. She talked about a few things I want to address right quick before we go to the next interview. One, yeah, those games you can find now on the Victory Plus app. So if you go to your Google store or your Apple Plus store and look up Victory Plus, there's an app for that. You go there and it shows highlights from the previous games that were being discussed. Her discussing the fact that WNFC, a very big league in terms of women's tackle football, over 16 teams I think there's in that league, and the fact that they're all playing and not getting paid at the moment is crazy, crazy work. They absolutely deserve to get paid and should be paid handsomely. Hopefully, as these types of platforms come into play, and also as they get more exposure on some of the major platforms like ESPN or FS1 or some of the major sports outlets, that they will get the type of attention and recruit the type of dollars necessary to make that happen for them. It is definitely good football being played. She also talked about having the leagues come together to form some type of greater league. I think at some point that will definitely happen. I mean, we see places like the WNBA. We got the volleyball professional league now. We got the women's baseball league coming up next year. You got lacrosse. There are several leagues, particularly in the women's sports that's being formed right now. Soccer league, hockey league even. So I think it's just a matter of time before women's tackle football finds their way in that space and that they get the rightful place in terms of the dollars and sponsorships and whatnot that they deserve. So shout out to Vadavia Roberts and a lot of the players playing out there in women's tackle football. We are going to talk to others here on the show in the best of edition. Let us get us set up here for the next interview that we will have this evening as we look back on some of the interviews that we've had on Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent, who is out on assignment this week. We'll be back next week. We'll tell you about what he was doing this week. That is his story to tell, not man. And it's a good story. So Straight Sports Talk Best of Edition is what we have here this evening for y'all. Let me find you another interview right quick that we can look into here. All right. And we will get that set up for you and play you a little bit of that one. And then after that, we're going to take a commercial break and then come back with a couple more before we call it an evening here on Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent. Hopefully, you guys are liking some of these look backs that we are giving you. Okay, we're gonna go here with it now. This is from one of the earlier episodes, and yeah, we apologize for some of the technical difficulties that came into play in some of these episodes early on. As you see, as time has went on, we didn't work out some things in terms of the technicals and whatnot, so you're getting a lot better quality. We talked a little bit about in that last discussion with Valdavia Roberts about the kid they call Chocolate Chip, Miss Ashley McVeigh. We actually did catch up with her eventually, and here's a little bit of that interview with that young lady there.
Live, man. Tell everybody about Miss Odessa, Coach Odessa.
Coach OJ wakes up with a natural pre-workout in her system.
Uh
I don't
huh.
know how she does it. Practices at 7:30 in the morning, and she just comes up walking on the field, loud, hype.
That's me. That's me.
The hugs extra strong. Like that's her vibe. That's just how she is. Like she's always like that. She's always in a good mood. She always has a reason to be thankful and is just appreciative for the breath in
Right.
her body. And so she
Right.
just that's it's very contagious to not share that same atmospheric, just good vibe when she's when she walks in the room. She's
You can feel
man,
it. You can
you can
feel it.
absolutely feel it.
You can feel it. And I can feel it.
Absolutely.
And I'm on the TV and I can feel her energy. And I've been
Yeah.
trying to reach out to her because I want to interview her as well. Um, in one of your articles I saw in your post, in the playoff games, you didn't play as your best.
Hmm.
And also you was going through something, your mental wasn't there like you wanted to be. So what did you do and what was it to got you back in your game mode?
Just resetting. Just resetting. Once the game was over, Coach OJ just reiterated to me the same thing she's been saying all season, and my teammates did the same thing. One thing we have to remember is that when we do mess up, we can't dwell on that mess up. It has to be short memory.
Right,
Me, I don't. I understand we're going to make mistakes, but I don't like making mistakes that are so costly because
right.
I cannot afford to put my team in costly positions like that. So it really bothered me that I already didn't go into the game with in the best frame of mind, and then to have those mistakes that I was having just kind of piled on to the burden. You know, it salted the wound and added insult to injury, all the things. But once the game was over and we had dinner that night, and I went back to our hotel room, and my teammates were with me and just told me, hey, come Saturday, come with it and just
Yeah,
play like how you know how to play.
yeah.
And let's go back to Dallas and bring the championship back home. And
And
so
y'all
I
did.
go,
And
yeah,
y'all did.
sir. But
Congratulations, man. I
thank
mean,
you.
listen,
Thank you.
listen. I also saw a picture, man, of you. Um, it really blew me back because it was so identical with you and your brother.
Oh,
Oh man. And y'all both wearing my favorite number anyway, which is
oh
Barry
yeah.
Sanders, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so who is your favorite male football player in the NFL? I'm pretty sure it's Barry Sanders. You wearing his number. Because you play
For
almost
sure.
like him. Huh?
He's definitely one of my favorites to watch. He is actually who I film study. Of course,
Wow.
I am nowhere near uh,
Wow.
anybody's level in the NFL, but I do love watching and seeing what I can do to add to my game by
And
film studying those in my position.
and that's why I wanted to ask you. You see a
Hmm.
young girl, they watching you, and you. I notice they imitate you. What do
Hmm.
you advice do you give to them to to get better at whatever game they're playing?
To learn it, just keep learning it. And once you learn it, continue to find ways to add to your craft of playing the way you play, not the way anybody else plays. You know,
Right.
I can't play like, even though I study him,
Right.
I can't play like Barry Sanders as much as I would like to, but I can't play like anybody else. I learn the fundamentals of my position and obviously what the objective is, in order for me to be successful at my position, especially in a particular play. And
Right.
then the rest of it is, believe it or not, just instinctive. And I just do stuff on the field that I'm not even really processing mentally. It's just athletically, it just happens.
Okay. Okay. So in that
Yeah.
game, when I watched that game, you put a move on a young lady, man. And I see why they call you the game changer. Um, y'all was at the goal line and y'all did that. You did an end around. That's your
Mm.
patented move right there. So tell us about what was going through your head when that play was called for you.
So here's what's interesting. They knew we were going to run that play right when we were going to run that play. The coach
And they
was
didn't stack the
yelling at
line
them.
up.
The coach was yelling at them to watch the sweep. And we did kind of make it obvious because I was then put in the A slot, and I've rarely been in the A slot, if ever, the entire season.
Right.
So me and the other slot switch, and so they're already yelling, "Watch the sweep!" So when I take off to get the ball, Destiny is pointing cut under, and so I see the path that she's telling me to go, but I
Right.
also see three defenders coming. But what I do is I still motion like I'm still going that way and then cut around Destiny where there was a pathway. And then, of
Okay.
course, there was one defender that tried.
Roberts, Miss Valdavia Roberts, for the Mississippi Panthers. She was on my show
Mhm.
last week, and I asked Miss Thelma Kennedy from the Derby City Dynamites. She was also on my show as well. And I asked him about the progress in women's tackle football and why it's not getting the recognition that it should be. Why is that?
I think personally, because a lot of people don't know about women's football. You'd be surprised just this year alone how many people will find out about the WNSC and was like, "Wow, is women's football a thing?" And we're like, "Yes,
Yeah.
it's been a thing for quite some time now." But surprisingly, a lot of people are not aware of it. And then, of course, you have those who uh, think that women have no business playing football.
Yeah.
But I do believe that as the league continues to grow, and in a previous podcast that I was on, I said that one thing you have to do when you watch women's football is don't compare. We're
Don't.
not trying to
No.
compare ourselves to the NFL. We already know that's a whole nother level
Right.
of strength, speed, power, and all the things. If you just watch it for what it is, then you'll be, entertained. You'll be like,
Y-
wow, this is
Oh,
this is
without a
pretty
doubt,
cool.
because I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
it's crazy that you said that that championship game was the most watched on ESPN. Congratulations to the WNFC for that. For real.
Absolutely.
Um, it was well watched, well
Yeah.
played, well
Hmm.
played. And WNFC put women's tackle football on the map. They
For
did.
sure.
They
for
they
sure.
did with that show there. I'm telling you, listen, I don't watch y'all game twice since
Mm.
last Saturday. That's
Wow.
how deep that game was. That's how
Wow.
I wasn't just in the game. I was watching the whole from side east sidelines. You know everything from Bow Wow to I was trying to win that $10,000 too. You know
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have to
yeah.
holler at Miss Jenkins about that. You know, but this is what my platform is for. It's for
Yeah.
y'all
Yeah.
because I've coached women's football. I think I started back in 2007 with the Atlanta Explosions with Miss Shonda Gilmore. She the one who gave me my first coaches gig. But
Okay.
so what's so you a football player, you a track coach,
Mhm.
you all this a mom, a wife, you
Mhm.
what how you balance all this out and maintain a hell of a football career?
Support.
Bam.
I have, yeah, I have my support around me. My husband, my mom, my brother, my dad. It takes a village.
Oh,
And in
without a
order for
doubt.
me to do, yeah, in order for me to do everything I need to do, I have to have the support around me, or else this would not be possible at all.
So what's in the future for Miss Chocolate Chip?
Yeah. I don't know. We're taking it one year at a time, one day at a time. I know right now I'm healing from all my
Oh, I know
um
you is.
wounds because
I know you is.
this entire year I've had thumb problems and a jammed finger and swollen foot and just everything. Lord, I'm tired.
I know you is. I know you
So
is.
yeah, so
But
I'm
I
moving
know one
rest.
thing, Miss McVeigh, you are an
Mhm.
amazing football player.
I
Your
appreciate
game shows it. And for to be the 2025 WNFC game changer, that means people focus not only around Miss Yarbrough, but they focus their game around you too.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And your dish tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait, can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Hey, this is your boy Ebook. And if you're looking for some great desserts, something sweet, something to treat yourself with, please check out my girl Caramel Sweets here in the Metro Detroit area. She can make desserts for your function, your event, or just for that special someone you want to give something nice to. So check her out. It's Caramel Sweets. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. We appreciate you. I keep forgetting to unmute that microphone. Let's say that again. Sorry, y'all. This is Best of Sports Edition. Coach B is off this week on special assignment. He will be back next week to tell y'all what he had going on, and we'll have more interviews for you then. But for right now, we're giving you some of our favorite interviews from the past few months of us doing the show. Here's a special interview he did with a few young ladies from a world championship team. If you saw that show, then you know what we're talking about. But here they are, members of the Division III champs, the Black Widow. Give me a second here while I find that for y'all. Here we go. Hey everyone, check out this clip from a recent episode of Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent.
Always late to practice. Who was that? Is she late to practice like this?
Nah, she's usually
Huh?
first.
Huh?
But no, yeah, they took into us, and
I
they didn't give
can't
up
hear
on us.
anything.
So I appreciate them
Okay.
for that.
Okay. Okay. So welcome to the show, Miss Manning. How you doing?
I
Hello?
think
Can
she's
you
first.
hear me?
Set word.
I don't think she can hear you.
She
Miss
trying.
Curtis, can you hear me? Always a rookie. Always a rookie. Hey, Rook. Hey, look, but like I say, let me know if you can hear us, Miss Curtis. She can't hear. You must have your thing on mute. The so what is it that now y'all finna go to division? Now y'all finna go to Division 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm not gonna put this out here. It's some things that y'all have to work because a lot of teams know. So what are y'all? What's next now for y'all to go different than what y'all did in the Division 3 level?
I think the big thing is that we're gonna start recruiting. We gotta expand the team. We gotta grow this team because we're gonna be traveling. We're playing different competition, and we also want to expand that playbook. I play on the defensive side, and I know we were good in D3, but we're gonna be facing some different stuff. So getting these new players, making sure we get them started early, start learning the game early for these new
Yeah,
players. That's usually the
yeah.
biggest thing. Getting
Right.
them caught up, learning the game, know what to do, know the different positions and everything, and we're gonna be all right though.
What
Yeah,
about you? What about you?
I feel the same. Long as we continue to keep working together and becoming one, I feel like we're gonna do what we need to do with these D2 teams. I don't want them to sleep on us too bad, but I'm hoping they do at the same time because we dominate every time.
That's
Every
right.
time.
And what's it like? And I'm gonna ask you this, Miss Shakita. You play linebacker slash fullback. Okay. What's it like playing both sides of the ball?
Well, I played a good amount of positions last year, so this year was actually much easier for me because I only had what I played D tackle this year, so it was only one position I had to focus on, and it made it a lot easier. But I do love being on both sides of the ball. I've been what I've done. I was fullback, running back. I've been everywhere. Linebacker, D
Linebacker.
tackle. I played corner.
Yeah.
Like I'm who you need, and they know this. And I got my sisters all day, so
That's
it
what's
don't
up.
it, it don't
That's
matter to
what's
me.
up.
You need me to
That's
do
what's up.
something or learn something. I'm a fast learner. We get it done, so it don't matter
Mm-hmm.
to me. I could be anywhere.
That's what's up. What Miss Manning, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. I'm fine.
Good,
How are you
good,
doing?
good, good. Tell everybody about yourself. And what made you stop playing, want to play football?
Tell me about
And if I'm
myself.
not
Well,
mistaken, you've been off for about a
12
minute, ain't it?
years.
12 years.
12 years.
So tell everybody about, what made you come what put it like this. What made you come back to football?
Uh, Another player actually is a coworker of my husband, and both of them talked me into coming back.
Oh yeah. So how was it coming back? The workload that you have to do. And that's what I'm gonna ask both y'all too as well. Work and football and family. How
Huh,
is this balancing out?
it's tough. It is tough. Um, I must say I'm lucky I have the support of my husband, and my kids they're great kids. So due to their support, I was able to do it. But it is tough working, running over here, running over there. Unfortunately, being late to practice, every now and then have to cancel for events of my kids, and yeah.
But what about you, Miss Macklin?
It's definitely a challenge because it does take a lot of your time. But thank you for the support of my fiance as well. She's very supportive of all the things that I do, all different levels. So there is some imbalance, but she's very patient because it does take a lot of work. And now she's very happy because we won.
That part.
It was
What
all worth
about
it.
you? And what about you?
It was a little tough because I actually ended last season pregnant, and right before this season started, I just had my baby. So
Congratulations.
thank you. So
Congratulations.
giving myself time to heal, and then I made sure I was gonna be okay right before the first game. I didn't want to miss no games, and I came. I don't feel like I was at my full potential, but I still came and executed and helped us win a championship. So
Sure did.
yes, I'm excited. I'm happy.
This this is the reason why I say that y'all women should get the recognition that y'all should get, because what y'all go through, you still make practice.
Hmm.
You don't make excuses. You still put the work in, where the guys, and I hope they listening,
Right.
complain or don't want to show up. That's why y'all deserve to be champions.
Thank you.
That's why y'all deserve to get paid for what y'all doing, and
Hmm.
hope one day that it will happen.
Yeah.
That's why y'all deserve every success. I'm talking not just the Black Widows. I'm talking about every woman that plays taco football.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Y'all, that whether it's the AWFL, the WNFC, or whatever league, football league is going on, women's tackle football, y'all deserve it, man, because y'all don't complain.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some that do complain, let's be 100.
Yeah,
Right.
But
but I
as a
don't.
whole,
Yeah.
y'all bond together, man. And for this championship run, um, what was it like being at the NFL? And I want each one of y'all to answer this. Being at in Canton, Ohio. Now, some of these other cats that play semi-pro ain't never been there.
Right.
You know, and I'm sorry. Um, to go to go to Canton, Ohio, to play in the NFL football field with Barry Sanders, Emmett Smith, Ed Too Tall Jones. Y'all probably wasn't even born when he was playing.
Right.
Um, all the greats. What was it felt like when y'all put your foot on that field, or even in the locker rooms?
It felt great to me. Like I was more so thinking about my kids. I'm not gonna lie, because my kids are in sports. They play football as well. So to make it that far. I've been there with, well, not to Canton, Ohio, but I've been to big stadiums and things with them. So to be a part of it now, I just want them to be proud of me, you know. So it was beautiful. It felt amazing.
Wow. What about you, Miss Macklin? What was
Uh,
that feeling?
it
Now
was
hold on before you answer this. You the oldest. You been around. You and Miss Curtis been around the longest than everybody. And to get that opportunity, what was the feeling? What was the energy like?
to me, it's surreal to be honest. Like it was, we are here. I can't believe it. There's NFL players that play here, and then because like you heard before, like we made it our first year and lost by 2 points, and it just was like this is the day we're gonna get this ring, and it's gonna be so special. We're gonna get it on this NFL field.
There you go.
No doubt, no doubt. Miss Curtis, here you come back after been down for 12 years.
It
And
it was
listen,
tough. It
listen.
was tough.
If y'all didn't have a tear that day, something
Oh,
was wrong.
Oh,
it
we
was
cried.
tears.
I
We
Oh,
know we
okay,
cried,
all
okay,
cried.
okay.
No, we were bawling out. We were crying
falling.
so hard. It was bad.
It was.
Everywhere you turned, somebody was crying.
It was.
So
Yes.
how was your feeling for you to been gone from football for 12 years and then to step your foot, now you playing for a national championship?
Well, I doubted myself a lot at the beginning. I said a lot. I do not know if I still have it, if I should continue this. So I was really worried about it. I really was. But luckily, to my family and the great ladies, they constantly kept encouraging me. It's like, you got this, just keep on playing. And we did. I mean, we won every game. We stepped our foot out there. Our feet were burning up, but it
Yes.
was great. Like sitting there, just knowing like who else stepped their foot on this field and everything. It was a great experience.
Wow.
I did it again, y'all. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. See, when you produce, it's one thing. We got produce and host. Sometimes you get things a little, Yeah, again, that was the Richmond Black Widows Division Three champion. Shout out to them. Shout out to Coach B on assignment. This is the best of edition of Straight Sports Talk with Coach B. Here I am co-hosting slash hosting for the week. We got one more interview for you guys before we call it evening. Let me go ahead and cue it up here. And again, I hope you are enjoying some of these past interviews. I hope you've been enjoying all the interviews from all the shows actually, and they're just gonna get better and better, better quality, less of the little quirky stuff that we had in the first few weeks. Now we got our equipment a little better upgraded and whatnot. So again, if you have anybody interested in being on the show and talking about their experience, as athletes of either developmental football or women's tackle football or basically women's sports in general, please hit us up. You can hit up Coach V in his inbox on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. You can hit up me, Eric Buckner, on my Facebook. My Instagram is Eric Hawk 45 and YouTube is Eric Hawk Nighthawk, Eric Buckner Nighthawk Network Detroit. One last interview. We're gonna give you a little taste of our discussion with the Detroit Proud head coach, Mr. Vitale. Let me get that queued up for you guys here. I believe we are there. All right, here we go.
You got my bunions. I
Okay.
don't know what to,
Yeah,
there
coach.
we go.
Yeah,
There
coach
we
switched
go.
off for a second.
We
He's in the car. He should be popping back on in a second.
okay. Oh my God, man. Mm. Well, anyway, you had some more questions for me till he come back in.
Yeah, like I said. Hold on. Here he is.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. There you
There
go.
we are.
So,
All right.
coach,
Yes, sir.
how was the Detroit Proud season um this year? And what
Huge transition. Huge transition
mm,
this year, to be honest with you, Coach. We were 3-3, lost in the first round of the playoffs.
but it was a huge transition. We changed head coaches this year. We we added. It was an amazing year with what we've put together. Um,
Hmm.
we
Look at
ended
you,
up
got that
actually
ring
having
on.
we had 52 on our roster.
Right.
So we added almost 25 players. But the issue and problem was that we lost a lot of veterans.
Hmm.
Um, and we started four of the five offensive linemen were rookies, five of them to start the season. And
Wow.
then our starting center ended up blowing out her knee 2/3 of the way through the season. So we finished the season with five rookies on the offensive line.
Right.
Um, a lot of our offense from last year was gone. We lost it to another team. But we found a lot of players. One of the big things about women's football is out of the woodwork, athletes and players show up,
Oh
and
yeah.
and we've been very, very, very fortunate with that. Um, we lost our rookie of the year to another team. We lost
Mm.
four starters from the offense and defense to another team.
Mm.
We lost our starting tight end to a team on the East Coast. So there's a lot of transition in women's football, and you have to understand that's just like coaching in college. You have transition every single year. So you've got to be prepared to make those changes on the go. And
Yeah.
you're not always going to be successful. You're not always going to be the best at what you do. It was a very humbling, but a very um,
Challenging.
in, but a very enlightening season this year. And 3-3 is not horrible. We were at 500. Losing in the first round of the playoffs. Well, heck, there's a lot of teams that lose in the first round of the playoffs or don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's in every single level of football. Um,
Right.
Now I can have my pride and I can have my ego, but that better go in the back seat and in the back pocket pretty damn fast in women's football because fortunes change like that. And we're
Exactly.
listen, we've started to build 2026 already. I gave them
Okay.
3 weeks off. We're now going to be 4 weeks into our off season, and our off season conditioning has started.
Wow. Okay.
We started our year with three coaches, and we are going into our 2026 season with two coaches right now. Well, I'm sorry, with four coaches right now,
Okay.
possibly six, and we're interviewing more coaches as we speak. In fact, I was at the restaurant just a second ago, and I got
Okay.
an email from a brand new coach that's that's a former NFL coach.
Mm.
What we are building here in Detroit is nothing short of amazing.
Okay.
and it,
Okay.
cer- and it certainly doesn't hurt, with a marketing and promotions background and a radio and television background that I have
Right.
friends that we had an article in Associated Press last week that featured the Detroit Prowl and talked to the other leagues on most of their conference or league championship games weekends. Yet a 3-3 team, Detroit Prowl, was focused and featured in a wor- in an AP article that went around the world, and then beyond that had over 2 million hits.
Wow.
So what we're
That's
building here in Detroit is something that's never been accomplished before.
okay.
And believe me, I was a part of the Detroit Danger, Detroit Demolition that went to six straight World Championship games and had a 5-year winning streak. We understand how to make this work. And there's no sense of following pitfalls from other teams or other leagues. That's how we're building this. I think we may have lost you.
Oh
Oh, there you
no,
go.
coach is there. He's just in the dark
Took a
there, and we
trip.
wait for him to unmute his camera. So I'm sure
Okay.
he's talking, but we don't hear you, coach. You need to unmute yourself, sir.
Okay.
Hey,
But
damn, there
yeah,
you go. You
there we
hear me
There we
go.
now?
are.
He's back.
Okay. So what is it gonna take? I'm sorry about that.
No,
Um,
no, you good.
so what is it gonna take because we have so many teams here in Detroit. I'm just saying the Detroit area for right now.
Right, right, right.
Um, why couldn't, with all these teams in Detroit, why couldn't they come together and base as one y- to compete with other teams in other states?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. Listen, I've been a part of three teams in the Detroit area now. Four, technically four. I was a part of the Detroit Danger in year one in 2001 and 2002. I was a part of the Detroit Demolition for the next 9 years or 8 years. I have seen women's football come and go. I have seen owners and teams fail. I've seen teams, when I stepped away, I've seen teams go to championship games and never win. Um, Unfortunately, sometimes you got to step away. And like I said in the very beginning, I have to park my ego and I have to park um, my pride. And sometimes that's not exactly the easiest thing to do in women's
Right,
football.
right, right, right. You so right. So
Listen,
let's
I'd be willing to go back to the Detroit Demolition days, um, and have a roster of 72 and 52 that travel, and the rest better show up. That's the kind of football that I'm used to coaching, and that's the kind of football attitude and athletes I've been around. And there's no excuse for it, other than people want to do what they want to do. And
right,
listen, bring them on. I'll take
right,
every athlete in the city of Detroit, and add them to our roster. We pay for roster addition. When we have to go to the league, we take care of that part of this. But
wow,
yeah, listen, this team does things in a manner and a way that other teams never ever have. As it stands right now, when we came on to this, it came into women's football, we were one of the lowest priced teams for team fees in America. And
what?
it's only gone up $50 in 2 years.
Wow,
The cost of doing business went up more than $50 last year alone. So yeah, we're not trying to fill our pockets. We are trying to teach football on a basic level and then get you to a championship level by the time we start our season.
All right.
That's what
wow.
this team is about.
All right, we got a question from the audience for you, Coach. They
Yes,
want to
sir.
know: would you consider ever coming to the Women's National Football Conference?
Um, at this moment, we're very, very, very happy with the AWFL. There's a lot of the irony of asking that question is there's a lot to unpack with all of the leagues. Women's football needs to join together and figure out the best route for the teams. And what I will tell you is the most focused I can be at this second and at this time in our life and in my business career on the Detroit Prowl, and making the Detroit Prowl the best organization in America. We are trying to build this and become a stabilized, envious franchise that people want to be a part of, that people will call me, as I've been getting phone calls for the last 3 years. There's a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of people that don't want people to survive or want people to continue on. Got to put our heads down, and the Detroit Prowl needs to be the best organization, top to bottom, across the country, and that's what we're focused on. Um, World championships, league championships, conference championships, those will come if we put together a great product on and off the field.
Mm. So what is it gonna take? What is it gonna take for that um to happen? Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to put in it, a lot of
And it's a lot of
dedication
money, brother. It's a
and a
lot of
lot of
money.
money, of course. A lot of money, a
Yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of owners, and again, this is not here to put no shade or put down or
Right, right,
anything
right.
like that. you being an owner, you've been around a long time. You know the business part of it. You know the game part of it. For those that's trying to get us, I'm finna get up in. Oh, I'm finna get up and start me a women's tackle football team. What advice do you give to them? You know what I'm saying, to even try to be on a level where the Detroit Prowl at,
Wow.
cause right now y'all the only women's team in Detroit right now is the Detroit Prowl. Everybody else gone from what I heard.
Let me say this. The first thing I'll tell you is make sure you got deep pockets, and make sure you have a game plan, and you have a business plan. Don't listen to the people who are going to talk bad about you. Don't listen to any of it. What you need to have is a game plan and a business plan that's going to take your team from absolutely nothing to where you want to be year one. What I'm going to tell you business wise, and and it's amazing. This is going on year 4 for us, and we owe nothing. We don't have credit card debt. We have paid off every single issue and check we've had to have. We've paid off everything. And that's the biggest thing. Make sure you're not overspending. That's huge. That is huge.
Yeah, it
Now,
is. It
listen,
is.
my bank account is at zero. I've sank my entire retirement into this right now. But what I'm going to tell you is
Wow.
it is worth every single headache. It is worth every single phone call, and it is worth every single moment of your life. I'm working now harder than I ever have in my life, and I'm semi-retired running this football team.
Mm.
Okay. So don't think you're going to, I have buddies that are going to play. I have friends that are going to play. I have buddies that are going to coach, because you know what? You got to go on the road. And sometimes you got to pay for those hotel rooms. And sometimes you got to pay for your coach's hotel rooms. And sometimes you got to pay for your league fees. And sometimes you got to play for player fees. And all of a sudden you got 10, 12 players showing up, and they don't have gas money to come to practice or the game. These are things people do not understand going into this and don't plan for. You
Yeah.
want to talk about women's football? You want to talk about how to do this? I'll be more than happy to sit honestly and talk to leagues and teams and coaches and sit honestly and talk honestly, because I don't BS about it.
Right.
And yeah, that was the interview with Coach Michael Vitale of the Detroit Proud owner. I very much appreciated what he had to say on the subject, breaking down, basically what the whole shebang is about being head coach slash owner of a professional team in general. Not just necessarily a women's team, but just to take on that responsibility. I mean, the fact that he's basically sunk the rest of his life savings into making this happen is just something very commendable about that. And I really appreciate him talking to us about that on the show. Again, this has been Straight Sports Talk, Best of Edition. If Coach was here, I'm sure he would take this time out to thank all of you as he always does, and also to shout out several members of the different teams and organizations that we've already talked to, and hopefully will in the future yet again. I want to shout out one person in particular. Shout out to Coach Hamadal, Mr. Cody Hamadal, who has let us know through his social media that he is moving on from the team he was the head coach of, and is taking an assistant coaching job at a bigger team. Congratulations to him on doing that, and hopefully he has great success on the next step in his football journey. So shout out to you, Coach Hamadal, and shout out to all the players who are getting prepared for next season or starting their season now. Shout out to all the people playing, whether it's flag football, tackle football, pee wee football, whatever the case may be. And just shout out to all the athletes in general for working hard and doing what you do to be entertaining, but also to live out your dreams on that level as well. This again has been the special edition Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent. Again, Coach Vincent will be back next week to have more interviews and more interaction with you guys. So look forward to that. Again, thank you, Coach V, and we will catch up with you guys soon. As you know, Michigan's playing yet again this week. So, of course, whether it's playing or not, Coach will always give you that final message. So allow me to do the same. That message, of course, is go blue. Go blue. Let's get it.